Hey guys, this is Jackie, your nerdy crafter. And so many of you guys loved my koi pond, my saltwater tank, jellyfish tank, kraken in a bottle, and nyan cat. And this tutorial was highly requested. So this week you guys will learn how to make your very own absolutely adorable seahorse tank. If you're a huge fan of seahorses, this is the perfect collaboration for you. This week I'm collaborating with my really good friend, Mano. She also made an absolutely adorable little seahorse piece. So make sure you head on over there, watch her video, and subscribe while you're there. For those of you new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. There are plenty of geeky tutorials to keep you entertained. Here's what you'll need for this project. Yellow, translucent, white, black, red, brown, and orange chalk pastel, rounded and pointy tools, a cutter, some sand, a glue gun, a mold of your choice. This one I bought from online, so if you were looking for molds, make sure you either check the baking section of a store or on eBay. Rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip to clean up your piece from fingerprints and dust particles, some foil paper, blue food coloring, and your resin kit. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our white and we're going to make the coral for the seahorse. All you're going to do is you're going to take your white, roll it out into thick snakes, and just put a hole on top. Remember, you don't want them too straight, so feel free to make them squiggly. Now take your pointy tool or your aluminum scratch wire and poke holes throughout your piece. Take your purple chalk pastel and you're going to color your coral. Now for the seahorse, you're going to mix in your translucent with your yellow to get a translucent yellow. There you go. Now for the seahorse, the shape is fairly simple. You're going to roll this out into a thick snake, and then you're going to roll out one end really slim, that's going to be for the head, and the other end fairly slim but still a little longer, and that's going to be for the tail. So this is the shape that we have. Now you're going to take the top one that is still slim but short, and you're going to bend it inwards. That's going to be for the head. Now make the muzzle a little slimmer. Now you're going to flatten this part of the body. Once you get to the belly part, feel free to flatten it out a little more towards the front because the body is a little chubbier towards the front. Let's give him his little mane, and for that you're just going to pinch really lightly from the top to the bottom. Like so. Take your Q-tip, put it in your rubbing alcohol, and clean up your piece. Now take your orange and red chalk pastel and you're going to color the mane only. Then you're going to take your brown and brush the front part of your seahorse. Now take your rounded or pointy tool and start making a little bit of ridges so that your seahorse has some texture on it. So that you have something that looks like this. Take a small piece of black and put it for the eyes. Now you're going to take your seahorse and you're going to wrap the bottom part of his tail onto one of the coral pieces. Just so that the seahorse doesn't seem too flat down, you're going to take a piece of foil paper and put it underneath him. That way he does look like he's floating above the coral. Ta-da! Now for the background, it's fairly simple. You're going to take your black clay, roll them out into really thin snakes, and you're just going to interconnect them to make them look like a background black coral. Now you're going to bake everything for 8 minutes at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure that your oven was preheated. Definitely don't touch this really slim coral until it is completely cooled down. In order to do the sand base for our aquarium, you're going to take some of your glue gun, put it in the bottom of the mold, and then you're going to sprinkle your sand very quickly. Make sure that you try to flatten it down. Be careful not to burn your fingers. Let the glue completely cool down and then remove all the excess sand. Now remove your glued piece, remove your glued sand, and then you're going to wash your mold underwater. That way remove any other specks. Once all of your pieces are baked, we're going to start putting the resin. For that, you're going to mix up your resin according to the package instructions, and then you're going to put about 2 or 3 drops of blue food coloring, and you're going to put down the first layer. Once you put down the first layer, you're going to put your sand, and then after that you're going to put your black coral. Don't put the seahorse in just yet. We want to do that on the second clear layer. Once the first layer is mostly cured, you're going to take your seahorse and then place them where you want them. Now make sure you come back in about 15 to 20 minutes to remove whatever bubbles may come to the surface. You're either going to use a straw to blow the bubbles away, or you're going to use a heat source. Now you're going to let it cure overnight or for at least 8 hours. Once it's fully cured, we're going to do the border. You're going to take your black clay, roll it out really thin, put some at the bottom, and then you're going to cut out the shape, and you're going to do the same thing on top. Now don't worry, it is safe to bake resin, but you have to make sure that it's at a really low temperature. So you're only going to bake it at 220 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Make sure that your oven was preheated. All done! Don't forget to check out Manon's cute little seahorse and her channel while you're there. Also, if you're into resin and polymer clay, don't forget to check out all my other awesome videos. Links are in the description box below. If you have suggestions for future geeky tutorials, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to add me on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Until then, I will see you guys next week. If you're a huge fan of Seahorse, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That was priceless.
If you're a huge... Okay,
It's not my fault.
it's not my fault either.
You're crying, really?
Yeah. Okay, it's out of the system now. If you're a huge fan of sea creatures, this tutorial...
You completely changed it now.
Stop it.